Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive. I am so excited to be talking about this topic today. It feels like every day there's some crazy new AI development that is just going to completely change how we use the internet.
I know, right? It's hard to keep up.
Well, that's why we're here. We're going to try to break it down and make sense of it all.
Okay.
And today we're going deep on AI overviews.
AI overviews.
AIOs, those supercharged featured snippets that are popping up in search results.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Yeah, those things. And we're going to be using some awesome insights from Moz's very own Dr. Pete Meyers, who presented on this at the 2024 Engage conference.
Oh, Engage is a great conference.
It is, and his presentation was very aptly titled.
Let me guess, AI overviews for dummies.
Not quite, but close. It was a sane approach to AI overviews.
Okay, I like that. I like that much better.
Yeah, it's very fitting because this stuff can get overwhelming fast. So to keep things sane, let's start with the basics. Where are these AIOs actually showing up in search?
Yeah, where are they?
Well, Meyers had a great slide in his presentation called Factual Fusion Fluid, and he gave a bunch of real-world examples of search queries that are actually triggering these AI overviews.
Oh, Factual Fusion Fluid. What a cool name.
Right. I love it. So he had one example that was like, help me explore this GA4 data to find my best performing topics. Now, quick reminder for anyone who's not familiar, GA4 is Google Analytics 4, the newest version of their analytics platform.
Yeah, it's a beast.
It is. So you can see how someone might be turning to AI to help them make sense of all that complex data.
Yeah, that makes sense. You need some help with GA4.
Exactly. But then he also had other examples that were more straightforward, like buy a laptop or what does AI stand for?
So it's not just for super technical stuff.
Apparently not. It seems like these AIOs are popping up for a pretty wide range of queries.
Okay, so that means anyone who's creating content online really needs to understand how these things work.
Right, because it could potentially impact how they're getting found in search results.
So it's not just an SEO thing.
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are these AIOs really just SEO dressed up in fancy AI clothing?
I mean, Google's AI is still pulling from the same pool of websites, right? So wouldn't it still favor content that's optimized for search?
That's what I'm thinking. It has to, right?
Right. But Meyers actually dedicated a whole slide to this question. Is AIOO mostly just SEO?
AIOO.
Yeah, AI overview optimization.
Got it.
And he quotes someone from Google, Hema Buddharaju, who says that AI overviews in search are rooted in our core quality and safety systems, which we have been refining for decades to deliver reliable and high-quality information.
Okay, so basically Google's saying, hey, we're already doing a good job with traditional SEO. Trust us, our AI will find the best answers.
Right. But at the same time, Meyers also points out that optimizing for these AIOs is probably going to be even more complex and less predictable than traditional SEO.
Ugh, more complexity.
I know. He quotes Garrett Sussman from iPullRank, who says that optimizing for AI overviews is like trying to target featured snippets, but with even more variables and less predictability.
So Google's saying, trust us, but also kind of acknowledging that the rules of the game are changing.
Yep, pretty much.
Which leaves us all wondering, what are we supposed to do?
Exactly. If we can't control how this AI is selecting content, are we just at the mercy of the algorithm?
It's a little unsettling, like we need a pep talk here. What choices do we even have?
Well, that's the question Meyers asks. What choice is there?
Okay, I like where this is going. Give it to me straight. What are our options? What can we actually do to make sure our content gets noticed in this AI-powered search world?
Well, Meyers gives us some clues. He has a whole slide titled, Can You Optimize for AIOs?
I figured it wouldn't be a simple yes or no answer.
Not with AI. Right.
Exactly. So what's the good stuff? What did Meyers say?
Well, he basically says we need to shift our mindset a bit. Instead of trying to game the system, we need to focus on creating content that is genuinely high quality and valuable.
Yeah, it sounds kind of obvious, but it's easy to lose sight of that when you're caught up in trying to please the algorithm.
Totally. So it's back to basics, but on a whole new level.
Right? We can't just stuff our content with keywords anymore. We actually have to give people what they want.
Exactly. You got to think, if Google's AI is trying to find the best possible answer to a question, it's going to favor content that's well-researched, clearly written, and really thorough.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do that? What does that look like in practice? Meyers had a slide on how do you write for AIOs?
Right.
He did.
He did.
What were the key takeaways there?
First, clarity is super important. Your content needs to be easy for both humans and algorithms to understand.
So clear writing, concise language, get to the point.
Exactly. No more fluff. Second, your content needs to be comprehensive. It needs to fully answer the question the user is asking, think about what they're really looking for, and give them all the info they need.
So we're not just skimming the surface. We're going deep, providing all the details.
Exactly. Anticipate those follow-up questions they might have.
Okay, but it's not just about quantity, right? Quality still matters.
Huh? Of course, quality is still King. Meyers is really big on factual accuracy. Make sure you have sources to back up what you're saying.
Citations, statistics, research studies, that kind of thing.
Yep. Anything that gives your words weight.
This is what I find so fascinating. It's like we all have to become mini investigative journalists now, fact-checking everything and making sure we're presenting a balanced, objective view.
That's a great way to put it. And actually, that leads to another one of Meyers' tips. Consider multiple perspectives, especially for topics that are kind of controversial or nuanced.
It's about giving people all sides of the story so they can decide for themselves what to believe.
Exactly. Instead of just pushing your own agenda, let the reader draw their own conclusions.
I think that's a big shift for a lot of content creators.
It is, but it's probably a necessary one if we want to stay relevant in this AI-driven world.
Okay, so we've got clarity, comprehensiveness, accuracy, multiple perspectives.
Yeah.
What else?
Structure. Use headings, subheadings, bullet points, visuals, anything that breaks down the information and makes it easier to digest.
So it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Got to make it scannable, digestible.
Right. You're basically giving the algorithms a clear path to follow, so they can understand your content and pull out the key information.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot here. High-quality content, multiple perspectives, factual accuracy, clear structure. Is there anything else we need to keep in mind as we move into this new world of AI-powered search?
Well, Meyers ended his presentation with a little glimpse into the future.
Ooh, the future of AI. Always exciting. What did you say?
He didn't, give away any specific secrets or anything,
Oh, hey.
but he did emphasize the importance of continuous learning and adaptation.
Yeah, always be learning, right?
Right. Especially with AI, things are moving so fast.
It can feel like whiplash sometimes.
You really can. That's why these deep dives are so important. We're all trying to stay informed and experiment and just figure this stuff out together.
Speaking of figuring it out for anyone who's listening,
Yeah.
what are the big takeaways here? What do we really need to remember about AI overviews and how they're changing search?
Well, the main thing is that AIOs are here to stay. They're not going anywhere.
So we can't just ignore them and hope they go away.
Nope. They're going to become a bigger and bigger part of the search landscape. So we need to understand how they work and how to adapt our strategies.
And it sounds like the key to success, at least for now, is to really focus on creating amazing content.
Yeah, high quality stuff that really answers what people are looking for.
Content that provides real value.
Exactly. All those old school SEO best practices, they still matter, but they're not enough anymore.
You got to go beyond just keywords and backlinks.
Right. Think about the user experience.
Yeah.
Give people comprehensive information. Make sure your content is accurate and well structured.
It's like AI is forcing us all to up our game as content creators.
I think so. We can't just get away with mediocre content anymore.
Got to step it up.
Which is a good thing, ultimately.
Yeah. It means users are getting better content, and for creators, it's more challenging, but also more rewarding, I think.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up here, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation about AI overviews?
Stay curious. Keep experimenting, Don't be afraid to try new things and see what works. Because this whole AI landscape is constantly evolving, so you got to be ready to adapt and embrace the unknown.
Embrace the unknown, words to live by.
I think so.
Well, I want to give a huge thank you to Dr. Pete Meyers for that awesome presentation at Engage 2024. He's clearly putting a lot of thought into this stuff and trying to help us all make sense of it.
Definitely. A lot of great insights.
And for anyone who wants to dive deeper into his presentation, you can check out the Engage 2024 conference website. They might have recordings or slides available.
Good point.
And of course, we want to hear from you, our listeners. What are your thoughts on AI overviews? How are you adapting your content strategies? Hit us up on social media. Let's keep this conversation going.
Yeah, because we're all in this together.
We are. All right. On that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI overviews. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.